When is the last time that you tried to catch a bubble? And when is the first time that you did it? Every time I think about events and in-person experiences, I think about soap bubbles. They enchant us in the moment, but they swiftly disappear, leaving behind an experience that words, it's difficult that can define. I like art, any form of art. But the art that really touched me inside, it's called ephemeral art. What is ephemeral art? Ephemeral art is any form of art that is temporary, short-lived in nature, and typically lastly only for a limited period of time before disappearing or being dismantled. For me, events and in-person experiences are the purest form of ephemeral arts. And I have dedicated my life to study these experiences, what we call events, large events, human gathering. And today, in the next few minutes, I would like to share with you what I found that we can say are the secret ingredients of those in-person experiences. And to do this, I would like to bring you with me from the past to understand which were those secret ingredients, and today to discover together which are those ingredients and try to create a trajectory about the possible evolution of the in-person experiences and events. I ask you to follow me. Try to imagine our ancestors, 60,000 years ago, in front of a campfire. The noise of the fire, the smell of the meat, and the people gathering there doing what? Actually, sharing stories. Many historians think that the secret power of humans are the ability of sharing and creating stories. But why we share story and why did we meet in front of the campfire? It's easy. We don't have nothing to protect ourselves and nothing to attack. The only way that we can do is using our brain and share through stories how to create a bigger trap, how to escape, how to prepare the better food, and all of these things. The element that for me was important is that this cognitive revolution that is called the moment where humans change the way of using the brain from only action to action and sharing, not only with the closest one or the family, but also with other tribes. And to went through this, for me, was very fascinating to understand that there are some elements that I discovered in my journey that are so fundamental and important. The first one is rituals and rituality. Human connect, meet together, probably accordingly to the nature, but also accordingly to the moon. We meet together to share those thoughts and everything. But if you think about those rituals are the same today, right? Rituals and rituality is one of the first pillars of the in-person and event experiences. And every time that we meet again, accordingly to the moon, to the nature and everything, there is a little evolution of what we are doing, but not in the event, in the humanity. Our evolution, what we are today, is just made by those little moments where we meet, where we sit together and share those stories. And the other fundamental pillar that I discovered in my journey through the past, the present, and a possible future about event, it's something that is strange if we think about large event and in-person experience, is the sense of spirituality. And I'm sure that all of us, if you think about the last time that you went to a concert and you were there all together with many other thousands of people, all singing the same song together. And in that moment you understand that we are just more than our body. We are much more. And that element altogether, it's a sense of spirituality that can be redefined in the word of sense of belonging. We need to belong to something that is bigger than just ourselves. And through my journey in the past, I discovered many other pillars. So rituals, rituality, and spirituality are foundational also today, are so important. Also in this moment, it's so important. But many other elements went through this, let's call it, unstoppable evolution of the events and in-person experiences. So through the Egyptian, we discovered the power of wealth, the importance of power that we still use in every day, in every event, right? Only later it became the concept of spectacle and entertainment with the Romans and the Greeks, and the ability of impacting much more people through those spectacles. And only after thousands of years, we understood that those moments of gathering were so special that we can also use it in a, let's call it, professional way to trade. And that became the moment in which we start to travel with the Silk Road all around, meeting the people, again, with the rituals and the rituality, and the spirituality belong to those moments. Arriving at today, the globalization, that is the maximum of the diversity, that is at the base of those little steps that we are doing every time that we meet in person. But what's happening now, today? What is happening, if you think about it, it's crazy. We cannot find tickets for any show. All the events are sold out. All the conferences, look at here, every moment in which the people gather together, sold out. What is happening? Again, as a researcher, the most important thing is try to understand why it is happening now. And again, for me, what is very important is that I discover a couple of important elements that are very, for me, clear to understand. The growth of importance of the events and the in-person experience, it's correlated, so as the same path, of the growth of social network. More we use social networks, more we feel that actually we are disconnected. And probably, as a researcher, as all of us, we know the power of words. My favorite philosopher, Wittgenstein, said something that is fundamental. The limit of our world is the limit of our words. We're using just the wrong words. These are not social network. We are disconnected. And then recently, we have a huge wake-up call that we call it COVID-19, right? Social distancing, working from home, be separated, just doesn't work. Because the real ingredient inside of our self is that we are social animal. It's not only that we need to connect, we like to connect. We want to connect. And this is so true, especially today in this world. And for me, the best possible example of thinking all this rituality, spirituality, and everything, to give an example about events, I'm thinking about a specific layer of events, the B2B events, trade shows, fairs. Those events just close to B2B people, right? But if you think about those people that go there, they are inside the same niche. It could be the food industry, the defense industry, the digital industry, or I don't know, whatever you want, machinery, agriculture, all the people that, again, belong to a specific niche, gathered together in a place that for me, it's very interesting. The same people in that place that do something very peculiar. They open, technically, a door, and that door, exhibitions are a door into the future. Because every time you enter in a B2B event, an exhibition, a trade show, what you see is the next generation of product. All the contents that you see inside of the booth are the new content. And everybody's talking about the next things, the future. And this is the other fundamental elements, the secret ingredient, is that all those people are co-creator. They see the future and they co-create the future together. How? When you go inside of these events, for me as a researcher, I just don't see the single person like a piece of the puzzle. I see that person that take a flight and go to a specific trade event, and he became the hero for his company because he's there and he's sharing thoughts and everything. He's also becoming a hero for his family. The kids are happy that the father or the mother just take a flight and go to that place. He became a hero for the friends to be there live in that event. All these elements, experiences, thoughts that gather together in that specific niche co-create values. We are all infused in that moment, and incredible coincidences or serendipity are happening because are the same people in the same niche, in the same time, in the same space. The second ingredient is that we are co-creating together in each moment. And what about the future? As a researcher, everybody asks me, what about the future? And to understand the future, you always have to focus on what are the main trends that are happening today. Two things are very important. One is the concept of hyper-isolation. We work alone. We commute alone. We travel alone. Many times we eat alone, and we spend the most of our day scrolling down a screen, try to fulfill those sense of emptiness. This hyper-isolation, it's one of the very important drivers that let me think that probably also in the future, events like the one that I described before can become the future offices of the people. Yes, you can go to work to Starbucks, but you want to belong to the same people. You want to speak about the same things that is part of your life. The other important element to predict the future is usually to use the luxury industry. We all know that luxury at the beginning is just for few people, and in the last 50 years, we have seen that specifically at the beginning, the luxury was to own a house, have something to move around, then a car, a luxury car. And then it became studying, and then taking the first plane, traveling, go around the world to discover all the other things that we don't know, the concept of diversity. Let me say that probably today, for a big majority of the people in the world, I wouldn't say this is the normality, but it's already a norm. For sure in this room, everybody knows that these things is normal. What is the luxury today? The luxury is to be isolated in a retreatment, in a resort, without computer, without phone, without WhatsApp, without any technology, right? For me, the best candidate for the luxury of the near future is the in-person experience. The event like this one are so fundamental because it's here that we co-create again. And if I'm thinking about the future of the in-person experiences in the event, I'm thinking about the best of the best in the past. So being able to stay with the same tribe, with the same people, be happy and free in the herd, what I call authenticity, with the best of the present. Thanks to the technology, thanks to all the things that we have, we can connect better with the same people, other people, the people we are looking for. We can surpass any distances, any languages. And this is amazing for me, because I see the best of the past with the best of the future. But guys, the future is not going in this direction. Warning, all of us. The rays of AI and the machine are taking away from us those elements of co-creation. We already entered in that world where we are not able to understand anymore what is true and what is false. It's already here. Tons of scams, tons of things that we don't know if are true or not. And I want to share with you that one of my fears is when I will receive a phone call from one of my two daughters, maybe a video call, and there is Emma or Elena, my ladies, in the screen asking for something very fast and something that I don't know if it's them or not. Actually, with my wife, we have already decided that as a family, we have our own password. We are entering in a world where we need to have, probably, our own password. But honestly, I really don't want to leave you with this feeling because I'm pretty sure about the evolution of humanity. And for me, if you want just to follow me in this moment, I want to share with you the most important secret ingredient in the in-person experiences. So if you feel, just close the eyes with me. Put your hands in your knee. Move a little bit your feet. Feel your feet in the ground. And all together, breathe in and breathe out. You can reopen your eyes. The secret ingredient is just this: being here and now. The in-person experience, it's about us. We are co-creating this event because we are all creators. The secret ingredients, it's our love and our passion. Thank you very much.